I just came off of a press conference live where um, we got Jamal Charlo, sorry, Maul. He's going to be facing Masej Sulecki. And that's going to be a good little scrap. A good little scrap. It's going to be a good little scrap. And that's later on this month. Today is June the 1st, of course. Um, what I want to say about this fight. Well, first of all, I'm seeing a lot of people talking a mad negativity and crap on this fight. I'm going to explain to you who Maciej Sulecki is. Um, Maciej Sulecki is a fighter who beat Gabe Rosado. He actually knocked down Gabe Rosado twice. Gabe Rosado did come back at the end of the fight, almost knocked him out, but he's a very good boxer. Gave Danny Jacobs a lot of problems. I gave some problems to also Demetrius Andrade. He has a surprisingly good defense. Um, and so this is actually, tactically speaking, a lot tougher fight than people are giving credit for. And I just hope that Jamal Charlo, who is co-promoting this event, by the way, he's going to be promoting the fight between himself and Maciej Sulecki. I think Tom Brown's promotion is also going to be there, TGB Promotions, as well as Man Down Promotions with Errol Spence. And I do believe that TGB Promotions, in conjunction with uh, uh, Charlo's promotional company, is going to be promoting this event, which is huge again for Houston, Texas, and big ups to Jamal Charlo on doing his own promotion and putting up the money to some degree to pay the fighters and stuff. So this is really good. Um, and shout out to Jamal Charlo. Now the number one contender for Jamal's WBC title is Maciej Sulecki. He's actually his mandatory, so he's going to be doing a mandatory defense basically of his title. And I think this is a really good boxer. Maciej Sulecki is a Polish boxer. You know, they all known for being tough. He's never been knocked out. He has two losses, one to Danny Jacobs in a competitive fight, and the second one to Demetrius Andrade. Of course, Jamel Charlo will be looking to try and successfully defend his title. But I don't sleep on this dude. Don't sleep on Master Sulecki. And I believe it's going to be a competitive fight. I think it's going to be more of a tactical fight, but you never know. It might be explosive. It may be more explosive than you expect. Um, of course, Jamel has power. He has everything that you could ask for this fight. But I just think that it's going to be a good fight. Um, and I don't think people should be writing off this dude. They're calling him a journeyman just because he lost to Demetrius Andrade. And by the way, Demetrius Andrade couldn't get him out of there, and actually had to box him at a certain point in time. And I want to see if Jamal will, if he can't get him out of there because his defense is pretty good, is he going to try and box him? So I'm very curious because I'm telling you, this guy, you don't overlook this guy. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm very interested in this fight. I don't think that Jamal Charlo won't win this fight. This is a very much a winnable fight for Jamal Charlo. Very, very winnable. But I'm very curious because Selecki, I've seen him fight a number of times, and he's a solid fighter. He's a very solid fighter. Now, having said that, a lot of you guys need to understand boxing is entertainment. Y'all need to also understand. I'm beginning to understand it myself. That boxing is all about. What's weird? If this was a fight in the '80s, you know how much hype would have happened on this fight. That's the thing I just don't understand. What happened to boxing? You know, uh, 40 years ago. I don't know what to say. They would have called him the number one contender, and they'd be talking this dude up. This is the number one contender, and the champion has to defend his title against the number one contender. I mean, just recently, just yesterday, I was watching a fight between Victor Galiandes and Yaki Lopez. And the challenger, it was hyping up the American challenger over the Argentinian fighter. Obviously, actually, Galindez actually, to me, totally dominated. Okay, beat up the guy every time he hit the guy. The guy was rocked. but the guy had a good jab. And they, a lot of people say, Yaki Lopez, he beat Victor Galandes because Victor Galandes didn't stop him. But my point anyway is they was hyping this kid up, this number one contender, and he had losses on his record and everything. And yet you don't get that excitement in boxing because there's just so many sourpusses out here. They want Charlo to jump up in weight, go up 8 pounds, right? And face David Benavidez because he was saying something about David Benavidez. You know, um, they want him to, but he's not at 168 right now. He's at 160. He's at 160, and now he has to defend his title against the number one contender. I don't understand boxing now. Boxing today, the fans, certain fans that is, it's like they have a hate agenda against certain fighters. They don't like certain fighters. They want to see them lose so badly that they're just so fucking negative. You know what I mean? And the sport doesn't need to have that. We don't need to be that negative. We can have fun. We can enjoy a sport. I mean, winning and losing is cool. I mean, that's part of what we want to see sports for. But what about the fun in between? What happened to the fun of, hey man, I'm gonna pick this guy, or I put some money on this guy. Hey man, I'm going with this guy. All right. What happened to that? Where's the joy in the fucking sport? Like, we're fans. We're fans. And it's like some fans have like a fucking agenda against certain fighters. I can understand if you're picking Sulecki to win, or you backing your dude and another guy's backing Charlo. But boxing has drifted far away from the point. Charlo's facing Sulecki next. He's not facing David Benavidez. He's not facing fucking Canelo. He's not facing Caleb Plant. He's facing Sulecki. Can we keep it focused on what it is? Like, I just don't understand. Oh, you're disappointed he's not facing one of those guys. Well, have some fucking patience. They're not going anywhere. David Benavidez is young. He's like 24 years old. Okay? He's not going anywhere. Okay? Caleb Plant's like, what, 28 years old? He's not going anywhere. Charlo's older than them. Okay? Andre's there. He's 30, what is he, 33, 34? But he's not going anywhere either. He's keeping himself in good shape. What is wrong with you fans? Like, really, man? Like, really? Like, really? Let me show you guys some. Jamal Charlo, sorry, not Mel, Mal. Jamal Charlo has his own promotional company. He's promoting his own fights. Partially promoting with TGB Promotions. But nonetheless, he's promoting his own fights. I want to show you guys something. He's also promoting, Errol Spencer's also promoting his own fights. These guys are able now, through their little companies, to put up some of the money to pay the fighters for who they want to fight. That's very progressive. Okay, so you're saying, well, I'm a fan. I don't care about that. Okay, fine. Fine. But here's my thing. The show that's being put on, Jamal has invested some money in that. He's paying Sulecki in some ways. I don't know if he's paying him everything or TGP Promotions is kicking in to put up costs for the event or whatever. And Jamal's probably paying the fighter to face him. Whatever it is. Let's progress. Okay? And Sulecki, obviously, worked his way back into that position. He was the number one contender for the WBO title when Demetrius Andrew was there. And now he's worked his way back into a position of being number one contender for another title shot. When he faced Danny Jacobs, it wasn't a title shot. I think it was the eliminator or something. So my point anyway is, just because the guy's not a world champion, just because he got beat by two extraordinary fighters, right? Extraordinary fighters, doesn't mean he's shit, and doesn't mean he's a journeyman. How could he be a journeyman and he's number one contender for the WBC title? Come on now. Right? So all I'm saying is, times have truly changed, man. Even Abney Yildirim faced the former WBC champion in Anthony Durrell, I believe. Yes, for his title. He was the number one contender, and he put on a good fight against Anthony Durrell. He didn't. He sucked against Canelo. He put up a terrible fight against Canelo. But the point is, I'm not saying he deserved a shot at the title. Okay, I'm not going to say that. I think that David Benavidez deserved to have that title shot, not him. But David Benavidez did screw up on the scale, so David Benavidez, he's not going to make too much of a fuss over that. But if I was Canelo, I wanted to face the best guy possible to defend my title. I would have gone against David Benavidez, not Avni Yildirim. Nonetheless, the point is that Avni Yildirim got his way up the charts to be in that position. Okay? And I don't like that people, just because the guy's never been a world champion or lost a couple fights or lost a couple championship fights, that means that the dude is nobody or he's a journeyman. That's not cool. And I find boxing has become more and more pathetic, and people have become more and more stupid because they don't have the respect for the sport. Okay? We need to have more respect for the sport. Now, people will say there are too many belts in boxing. I agree with that. You're supposed to have, okay, we got 4 sanctioning bodies. That's cool. Let's leave it that way. I don't want no fucking interim championship. Get rid of this shit. Interim, super championships. Get rid of silver, gold, bronze, all that shit. Get rid of it. There are too many belts. Really, they are. Just the WBO, the WBC, the WBA. All right? And the IBF. Just keep that. You want to have somebody that's to indicate they're the number one challenger. You got somebody who got like an NABF or something like that, where the person is, once they win that, they're entitled to a shot at the title. That's how it should be. So whatever the equivalent of an NABF title is, that's what they should have. You fight for that, and then you're in line for the championship belt. Okay? So I agree with that, because the respect of people who are not champions is not properly being given due. All right? Top contenders and stuff and now look like as if they're trash cans, and they're not. Okay? They're not. And this dude is going to be second shot at the world title. And he worked his way to get there. So I expect him to put forward a greater effort than the first time around. And yeah, he may have certain flaws in his game still or whatever, but that's what I expect from him. I expect him to be hungry and to go after the championship hungry. That's all I'm saying. So I hope that they put on a hell of a performance and prove everybody wrong. And whether Charlo stops him or not, that he puts on a hell of a performance, and people will stand up and recognize, oh shit, this dude was good. He put on a hell of a fight, Because in my opinion, I'm tired of hearing fans bad talk fighters, especially fighters who are not world champion or didn't get. They always fell short. I hate seeing that. Berman Severn was a champion, and people bash him, right? I don't like it. We need to respect, because we as fans, we'll never get to that level. And we don't understand how much work it takes. You're talking about being a number one contender. Remember, this guy's Polish, all right? So let me see if I can make this make sense. Guy came from Poland. The guy's ranked. He's going up. He's moving up the ranks because he sacrificed all those things just to get to the United States of America. Okay, his family, everything he sacrificed. This guy has been moving his way up the ranks gradually for years. Now he's got himself in a position over the last couple of years where he's the number one contender. Do understand, we're talking about a number one contender out of thousands of people. Okay? Thousands of people. You end up being the number one contender. Okay? And still, at the end of all of that, just come up short the first time. Having a second chance at it. You think this guy is going in there to lay it down? Please. He's going to be very, very motivated. Okay? So I'm just saying, a lot of you guys, man, we gotta wake up, man. We gotta wake up. This is a good fight. I don't think it's a pay-per-view or anything. So what's the problem? What's the problem? Why are you guys dumping on these fights? Because Charlo should face Benavidez? Because Charlo should face Plant or Andrade or Canelo? Come on, man. We gotta stop that. This is what's in front of us. Let's stay focused on that. And then you could talk whatever you want to talk after. Because he ain't going to have a fight in front of him. Anyway, that's what I got. I'm going to catch you guys later on What You Need. Out.